everybody, it's Kelsee Briana Jai, and oh my gosh, I miss saying that. I miss being over here, but you know, I had to move on and do a little bit something different. I'm gonna put on some lip oil. You guys, I'm gonna get ready a little bit over here and kind of further explain why I started my channel over, because I feel like not everybody really understood or was very clear on why I decided to start my channel over. If you guys didn't get the memo, I'm over on House of KBJ. So if you're looking for me at Kelsee Briana Jai, I do have a new page on YouTube, and I feel like I waited too long to say that in my previous video that I did, where I was just basically like, I'm out. And a lot of people did not get the memo that your girl was not leaving the platform entirely, but I'm just going to, you know, start a new channel. So let me put on some lotion on my hands, you guys. I'm getting ready to film some content for that channel, so definitely go subscribe over there if you are interested in following my journey and keeping up with me, and you love me. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sad, where'd you go, Kelsee? Well, I'm still here, but I'm not here. So yeah, y'all, to start a new channel was such a difficult decision, just because I had been on this channel for such a long time, and I feel like I poured so much into this channel that it was really a taxing and emotional decision, but also a logical decision, to start a new channel over after 12 years of having this one. And I'm gonna be talking as I'm doing my makeup, and I'll have links to everything that I'm using down below, because y'all can still shop the links over here. So this is the Makeup by Mario foundation. It was a really difficult decision to make, because have y'all ever done something for 12 years and had to start over? You know, it's not necessarily the easiest thing, but sometimes it's just best to start over versus, you know, just continuing to put energy into something that's just not reciprocating your efforts, you know. And to start an entire channel over after 12 years is equivalent to going through 1st through 12th grade, getting to the 12th grade, and then not graduating, and it's like, oh, you'll be starting over, back to 1st grade you go. Because that's the length of time that I invested in this channel. And you know, I was one of the first adapters to delve into the luxury beauty realm, and there were people on the internet, you know, at that time creating beauty content, but as we all know, beauty content has evolved into its own beast. And 12 years ago, creating content was not how it is now, and now creating content is more so of a professional thing. As you all know, many people do this as their full-time career, so no longer is this just a hobby for most full-time content creators, because even if somebody is not considering themselves a full-time creator, if you break down the hours that most people put into a successful channel, most people who create a large volume of content, and good content at that, are putting in hours upon hours upon hours. So they are full-time, even if they have another full-time job, because to maintain and run and expand a channel takes a lot of patience, takes a lot of work, and you really have to be consistent and engaging. So it's harder than a lot of people think it is. Back to why I decided to restart my channel. It was a lot of things going on, and I feel like a lot of people are thinking I restarted my channel based on the fact that I talked to you guys in the past about, you know, just being black in the beauty space, and how I feel like that just is not an accelerated path. You know, I feel like if I had started a channel and I was talking about cooking, or if I were talking about basically anything besides beauty, that I would have accelerated a long time ago. And I feel like being black in the beauty space is very difficult. I'm just looking for a brow pencil. Because I just personally feel like the beauty industry still needs to grow a lot. And while we have expanded, there still are certain limitations in place. And unfortunately, I just feel like in the beauty space, it's still extremely difficult for people of color and black people to grow, especially at the same pace as other people. But that's another story. That's not even why I started my channel over, because if that were the case, like, I would just be getting the same results on a new channel So that would make no sense for me to start my channel over because of that, because that is going to follow me no matter what, because I'm not going to change me as a person. Like, I'm not going to go bleach my skin. I'm not going to pretend I'm something that I'm not. I am who I am, and I'm going to be Kelsee Briana Jai over here. I'm going to be Kelsee Briana Jai over there. Kelsee Briana Jai everywhere. So that's not why I started my channel over, and I feel like a lot of people feel like that's the reason. That is not the reason. I started my channel over for more personal reasons. I would say I struggled the hardest, not because of that, but I struggled really bad in the past 3 years. So it started off in 2020. So 2020 started off with a lot of promise, and we all went through that year together. So we know how traumatic some of the experiences that we had in 2020 were. And, you know, I feel like I struggled really hard in that year just personally, because I am a social person. I'm used to living a certain type of lifestyle and having access to doing certain things and freedoms and stuff like that. And so the fact that the world essentially shut down in 2020, that really affected me mentally, but thankfully I was safe. I wasn't worried about how I was going to meet my basic life needs, thank God. That was a huge thing that affected so many people, and thankfully I wasn't in that position. But, you know, aside from that, I did still struggle mentally with the fact that I couldn't go out, couldn't see my family. I mean, we all kind of went through a little bit of isolation and withdrawal, I think, for the most part. There were a few people who just really embraced 2020 and, you know, just appreciated the break that a lot of people were able to get that they weren't ordinarily able to have. So I do recognize that. But I work from home. I go to school from home. I operate a lot from home. So having to be confined to the home was a lot. Plus, I just wasn't sure if life would ever go back to how it would be. So it just was a lot, you know. And so I found solace by turning to YouTube, and I basically poured everything into my channel. I was creating content. I was going live multiple times a week, like 3 times a week, and that was really fun because I really felt like I was able to engage with you guys and get to know a lot of you all on a more personal level, because I recognize so many of you all's Abby's and your handles. And so when I meet y'all out in public and I'm like, are you so-and-so? Y'all be like, how do you know? I'm like, you comment on my videos all the time. Like, I actually read my comments. I mean, I may not know and recognize every single person, but I recognize a lot of y'all. But, you know, that was really fun to get to know you guys. And I started my business, Kelbell University, and I was teaching one-on-one virtual beauty lessons and doing beauty consultations. And so that was a lot of fun because we got to spend one-on-one time together. I'm helping you use that makeup that you've been buying all these years, and you're like, Kelsee, it's not looking like this on me. How can I do this? So, you know, that was really cool, and it gave me human interaction. Because that was something that I'm like, dang, I miss meeting new people and talking to new people. And I'm a type of person that's just always on the go. So that was really fun. And I feel like that elevated my YouTube experience even more. Because like I said, I've been on this platform for 12 years. And of the 12 years that I've been on YouTube, I would say I have a few friends and I've collaborated with a few people, but overall, like, the connections just weren't that deep. So during 2020, I met a lot of people, and I even started a beauty talk show with Chelsea and Alicia, y'all know, Behind the Beauty. So not only was I networking with them, but I was networking with people in the beauty industry and having them come on the channel and conducting interviews and getting to know them behind the scenes. So there was a lot of exciting things going on in conjunction to being in the reality that we were in. Like, in reality, we're all stuck in the house. So I was like, dang, this sucks, but let's make the best of it. So I would say professionally on YouTube, that was one of my best years up until December of 2020. And that's where everything changed. So let me give you guys a little bit of backtrack about me. So I've been on YouTube creating content since 2010. The end of 2010, October, was when I uploaded my first video. It was called Candy Corn Tutorial, and I named it after my mom. I did a look using orange, yellow, and white to mimic a piece of candy corn candy, you know, the Halloween candy. And I did a look for that in my boyfriend's bathroom. I was in college. I started my channel because I had gone to a new school out of town. I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't feeling the environment. I felt like I didn't really have a lot in common with some of the kids my age. And I really wanted to be in the world of beauty even more, because my goal was to work at MAC. I did that. but I wanted something that was for me to express my creativity. So I started YouTube in 2010. Back then, there were not a lot of content creators, and dare I say, nobody was creating YouTube content for money. Like, I just don't feel like that was a thing, and maybe a few people who discovered that early on, but for the most part, people are sitting on their floor filming videos just because they want to. Like, there wasn't any pressure to upload on a schedule. There was no pressure to create highly produced content. We didn't have these cameras, all these lights. Nobody had any of that. We're sitting in front of a window in our bedrooms talking about makeup. And that's just what it was. Like, it was just very basic. As time goes on, of course, everything just goes to the next level. Now I'm sitting here filming with the $3,500 camera. It's like, how did I get here? You know what I'm saying? So it's just a simpler time. During that time, I did not have a consistent uploading schedule. So from 2010 to about 2013, I'm just posting whatever, whenever. If I get a new MAC collection that comes out, back then collections used to come out seasonally, so you would get one spring, summer, fall, winter, like that. You may get a supplemental collection in between there, maybe a launch of lipsticks or something. But overall, makeup launches just were very easy to follow, and you could just pick up a few pieces, do a video on that, and that's just that. You know, it wasn't this whole big hoopla of buying entire collections and PR and all that stuff like that. It just was really, really simple. So I would do a video on a MAC collection that came out. Maybe I'll go shopping and do a little haul, and maybe I'll go to Sephora, talk about something that I saw, or talk about, you know, wish list videos, you know, just really simple content. Maybe a what's in my bag video, things of that nature. I'll do a tutorial here and there. Back then, doing celebrity recreations were really popular, but nothing on a consistent schedule. So whenever I felt like posting, that's when I posted. So if I posted 4 times in a month, then I'm doing good that month. If I posted 6 times in a week, then that's just what I felt like talking about that week, but it just never was consistent. And you know, I had a small following. I want to say like maybe like 5,000 people during that time, and everything just was growing a little bit slower because I just wasn't just focused on it as a career. I was more so focused on being a freelance makeup artist and working with celebrities, working with bridal clients, working on any type of opportunity that I can. So be it a photo shoot, if I can get on a TV set, if somebody's going to an award show, like I want to be there. I want to be in that action, because at that point, being a content creator, a beauty guru, a vlogger, whatever you would like to term it, that just was not a career. You know, that was just something that you did on the side, or to supplement the fact that you are in the beauty space. So it's like, let me teach y'all how to do what I know how to do. I was pretty successful in my freelance makeup artistry journey, and that's more so what I poured my time into at first. But then in 2013, I started to see more people get more success with YouTube, and I'm like, hey, maybe I should beef up my content. So from 2013 until 2018, really 2019-ish, I posted consistently on a weekly basis, like at least 2 to 3 videos per week. A lot of weeks I did 5 videos a week. And if you guys have ever done any type of videos, then you will know that it takes a lot of time, a lot of dedication, and a lot of money to keep up with these launches. I've been doing reviews on new launches for like 6-7 years now. And you know, there's a lot of time and investment that goes into procuring the products, because I've not been on a lot of PR lists for a long time. I basically just got on PR lists, I would say, in like 2019. I wouldn't even consider 2012 to 2013 true influencing years, just because it was kind of like fun, not necessarily to provide a review, a thorough review to help you decide whether or not you need to buy the product. So I would say from 2013 until 2019, I'm buying all of this stuff with my own money. And not only that, I'm spending time going back and forth to stores. I'm asking people, negotiating, bribing people, sliding them 20s. Like, I pay for so many people's lunches. At this point, I probably have bought people cars for the amount of 20s and 10s, and let me just slide you a little something on the cash out just so I can get some products sooner. You know, things have changed now because there are hard launches and they just simply cannot do it, or else they'll get fired for a lot of launches. But like back then, it was not like that, because the stuff used to be in the back. I'd be like, you want $20? You want to give me that palette? And you know, yeah, girl, yeah, get you that palette. You know what I'm saying? So that was a thing for a long time. So all of those added costs that I can't even keep up with. All of that took a lot. And, you know, I don't regret doing it, but it is something that I did for a very long time. So what changed? Well, for one, we got in a pandemic. That's 2020. So let's start there. Because really, I only have changed on the internet since 2020. And I feel like I've never gotten back into the groove of where I was before. 2020 hit. I'm like, okay, we're in a different world. So what am I going to do? So I kind of pulled back from buying new launches because like we're not going anywhere. And I really just focused on buying the ones that I just knew that you guys wanted to see. So I mean, I uploaded a good amount of videos in 2020. So I would say that even though I didn't go as hard as I normally would, because on an average year, I would upload, like I said, 5 videos or so a week. In 2020, I was uploading content, but I was more so focused on lives. No, actually, I'm looking back at 2020 and I actually bought more than I thought I did. Honestly, like now that I look back at it, I wasn't as absent from uploading and reviewing content like I thought I was in 2020. It was more so 2021 because of what happened in December of 2020. So that's a whole, y'all, it made me want to cut. So I'm like, that's a, for real, it makes me mad. But like I said, 2020 was like one of my best years on YouTube. I finally hit 50,000 subscribers. Thank y'all so much for supporting me on that endeavor because y'all really showed up and showed out. And I had a party. It was fun. Everybody was in that party. It was just a vibe. Like that was a time. I had a really good time and my channel was growing. So I'm getting anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 new subscribers every single month, which is really good for me because I never experienced that type of growth. On average, before then, I would get anywhere from, I would say 500 to 800 new subscribers every month, which is cool. Slow but steady. But in December 2020, 2 things happened. One, my channel turned 10 years old. And I don't know if the age of my channel has anything to do with it or if I'm imagining that, but my channel turned 10 years old. And then number 2, what happened is that I created an email account, a Gmail account for my grandparents' organization. And I did it on my laptop. Now I'm going to try to explain this the best way that I know how, even though I don't really know what happened. But all I know is that my engagement went down, my searchability went down. People kept telling me that they were getting unsubscribed from me. I have another YouTube account that I don't even use. I logged into my other YouTube account just to see what it looks like when I search my name. When I search my name, this one Charlotte Tilbury video comes up and that's it. And then it's not even like it's going to pop up if I type in Kelsee like it used to. I had to type in the full Kelsee Briana Jai and then it would say Kelsee Briana Jai Charlotte Tilbury. So it was like something was going on. My channel is old and back then there was no Gmail accounts that needed to be associated with the YouTube account. So let's start there. I had an old email account that I used. So y'all know how back in the day we used to have AOL, Hotmail, Yahoo and all that stuff like that. So I used my old email address, which was fine. It worked fine for years, like it wasn't a problem. So fast forward to like I would say 2014 or something like that. YouTube sent out an email. It might have been like 2015. So I had been on YouTube for about 4 or 5 years at this point. YouTube sent out an email saying that now everybody's required to have a Gmail account. And it may have not even been in 2014. I don't know. But at some point after I had had my channel for a while, YouTube sent out an email saying that everybody who had a YouTube account now has to have a Gmail account. They also went on to say that you do not have to take any further action, that YouTube will create a Gmail account for you if you don't already have one. So what that means is that you can continue to use your email that you already had in place, but that email will now be associated with a Gmail account. That never made sense to me. Okay, because Gmail functions as their own entity. They have their own email systems. How is this Hotmail email now going to be associated with the Gmail account? I don't know. But I'm like, okay, cool. I don't have to do anything. So just continue to log in like you normally do. That was fine for about a year. And then for whatever reason, I started to see a split. So under my Gmail account, it said I had 2 accounts. One of them was with the Hotmail email or whatever, Yahoo, Hotmail, AOL. One of them was with that email. And the other one said Gmail. But under the Gmail account, that was the umbrella account. So it said Kelsee Briana Jai, but my channel was not under the Gmail account. My channel was under the other account that's under the Gmail house. Confusing, right? And it had been like that for years. And I just left it like that. I didn't know what to do. I tried to transfer ownership to the other channel. It would transfer, but then I couldn't get rid of the original email because it was always intertwined and stuck together. That was always weird. That was always my reality ever since they required us to have a Gmail account, okay? And that's just what it was up until December 2020. So December 2020, I go in. Y'all, I'm logged out of all of my accounts, right? I'm logged out of everything of my personal accounts. So I go in to create a new account separate from my accounts. And for whatever reason, that account took ownership of all of my accounts. So now it didn't just say I had 2 accounts. Now it said I had 3 accounts. So now this account that I made for my grandparents owns the Gmail account and it owns the original account that I had under that Gmail account. I'm like, how did this happen? It was the weirdest thing I ever seen. Y'all, I reached out to YouTube I don't know how many times. I emailed them. I tried to call these people. I got on customer service chats. I DM'd them because I'm like, this is strange. And it was very frustrating because now I felt like this is going to be so confusing. I'm not going to be able to get into my account without using this email. And the email address is specific to their organization, so it doesn't even have anything to do with beauty. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this going to mess up my channel? And that thought crossed my mind, and it did. It did mess up my channel. Because, like I said, 2020 was a really good year for me. I was on the up and up, y'all. I had a lot of growth in 2020. And all of a sudden, in December of 2020, which, as everybody knows, that is the biggest month for content creators because YouTube is normally pushing your content because the advertising dollars are higher. So if you have any opportunity to get views on the internet, it's going to be in December. Why was my December trash? And I did Vlogmas. So I did a video pretty much every day. I may have skipped a day or two, but pretty much I did like 30 videos, maybe 20. I think I did like 29 videos in December of 2020, but that was the worst month of the entire year when the whole year was good. Something was wrong with that. And YouTube was like, well, we don't see an issue because you are getting subscribers. But I'm like, do you all see the percentages of where I had this amount of subscribers that were coming in, but then all of a sudden in December of 2020, there was a deep nosedive? Y'all don't see that? They're like, no, we don't see a problem because we do see where you are getting subscribers. It's like I'm getting subscribers because people know who I am, not necessarily because you all are promoting my content. And furthermore, people are not getting notified about when I upload, and I'm uploading every single day. And my AdSense was so down. So it went down like 70%. So say for instance, I normally make $100. I don't normally make $100, but let's just put this into perspective. Say for instance, I normally make $100 every single month on YouTube. January through November of 2020, I make $100. But in December, I only make $30. But I'm uploading 3 times as much as I normally do. How does that make sense? They're like, well, I mean, and I just told y'all that the advertising dollars are higher in December. So in December, I should have been making $300 as opposed to just making the $100. So there was a problem, and I recognized the problem. I reached out because it seemed like a simple solution. It's like, just put my channel back where it was. And if you can't even do that, like, can we just fix it to where I just have one account? Like, can I just transfer this over to one account so I don't have all of this tangled web? And they're like, we don't see what the problem is. We can't help you. Like, nobody was able to help me. They just kept sending me this same article telling me how to transfer ownership to another account. And every time I would try to do that, it would not work. It would still be under the umbrella of the account that I made for my grandparents because it said that that was the primary owner. That was the primary owner, not me, not the original account, the primary owner. So thankfully, I was able to just keep the account that I made for my grandparents. So it's not like I just had to give it to them, even though that was the name that they wanted for their account. I was like, I'm sorry, I gotta keep it. It's attached to my YouTube. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, that sucks. So they had to pick another name, which was annoying as well. But anyways, that's what was going on. And I tried really hard to get this fixed from December until May by myself. Like, I didn't say anything to anybody besides my close friends. I told them what was going on. And I was like, this is crazy. Hopefully I can just get it fixed and I don't have to, you know, like take any further actions and they could just switch me back, because it just seemed like it was something that would have been easy to do. It was not easy to do. It was actually extremely difficult. I couldn't get in touch with anybody. So then finally I just told y'all. I went on live. I told y'all what was going on, and I also was going on Instagram and Twitter and just like basically like, look, this is where I'm at with it. I'm really frustrated. I've tried really hard to solve this issue. Nobody is helping me. And a lot of y'all helped to reach out to YouTube and were like, how come you're not helping this girl? She's been on this platform for this long time. And y'all are just giving her a canned response. And basically from that, all I continued to get were canned responses. So I'm like, you know what? They're just not going to help me. So I just sat on this channel from all of this time until I decided to go ahead and create my new channel. And honestly, I just felt like I needed a fresh start. When Mel passed away, a lot of y'all came over in support of her, and I appreciate y'all coming over, but that was just a really overwhelming time as well. That just really drove me to not want to create content, in addition to everything that was going on before. So 2021 was already a rough year in addition to everything. So all year I have been preparing for a move. So I was still uploading content somewhat up until I would say about July. July is when it kind of got a little shaky for me. And despite not getting the support from YouTube, I still was trying to upload a little bit. Nowhere near what I was doing before, but enough to stay visible and active on the internet, because it's like I still enjoy creating content. Like, that is one of my passions, and that's what has allowed me to stay on this platform for as long as I have been, because honey, trust me, it ain't the money. It just ain't the money. I just love to create, and I love to share my love for makeup. So I still was uploading and stuff like that, but then, you know, in July, I started prepping for a move, because as you guys see, I live in a new place. It's not new anymore, but it was new in 2021. And so, you know, I just went full throttle on buying new furniture. I furnished an entire apartment, and, you know, just different stuff. Moving is a costly thing. And so basically all of my time, energy, and money was going into moving expenses, furniture, and things of that nature. So I kind of pulled back from YouTube there, but then I'm like, okay, when I get in my new space, I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna upload new content all the time. And baby, I got in this new space, and a week later, that's when Mel passed away. And when I say I just didn't have any motivation, I mean that. Like, that was just the biggest devastation. I just would not wish that on my worst enemy. And I've talked to y'all about it before in my video that I did for Mel, but it's still difficult for me to talk about it. I mean, I just can't believe it. I feel like for the first 6 or 7 months that she wasn't here, I just constantly had to live in denial, and just, I would tell myself she's at her house filming and I'll talk to her later. And that's just how I got through it. But my motivation to post on YouTube was negative, because not only do I have to deal with the loss of my friend in real life, to have to deal with that plus deal with it on the internet, because not only did I lose her, y'all lost her too. So I get it that y'all were sad, but it just felt like overwhelming grief, like grief overload, because it's like I could not come on here and talk about makeup, because it's like I just can't talk about Mel today. Like, I just can't do it, because I'm just too sad about it in general. And that led me to go into a depression. Like, you know, YouTube always was a safe space, a space where I was able to come and just, you know, talk about my passion for makeup and explore different things, and it was just fun. And so if something was bothering me in real life, I can come to YouTube and use it as an escape. But then when Mel passed away, this was no longer an escape. It just was sad to me. Like, I was just constantly sad. Like, I just always felt overwhelmingly sad. And, you know, I still can't even watch her videos. Like, I just can't do it. Not really. I did a collaboration with Samantha March for Vlogmas over on House of KBJ, and it was one of Mel's tag videos that she did, and that was one of the only videos that I've been able to watch since she's passed away, just because I just can't believe it still. I literally can't believe it. And watching her videos, just that doesn't really bring me that much peace because I'm just used to being able to talk to her. So to watch her videos and then not be able to call her and be like, girl, what, you know, it just is weird. So it's like I still just can't bring myself to just watch her videos. And a lot of people were reaching out to me and being like, Kelsee, you want to do a tag and do makeup using Mel's palette? And it's like, no, I can't even open up the palette, y'all. Like, I just can't do it. So it just is too much. It just is too much. So that was my friend, y'all. So it just was too much, and to come to YouTube, it just was too much. I don't want to cry. So I miss her. I know y'all do too, but coming to YouTube was a reminder of her. And I know a lot of people are like, well, Kelsee, just take a break, we'll be here for you when you come back. And I really do appreciate that. I really do. But let's be honest, you guys, if this is my job and one of my main sources of income, it's like it's only so long that you could take off from doing something before, one, you're forgotten, and not only just that, but just two, you're not going to be able to earn anything from it because you only get out what you put in of YouTube, and that's just the fact of the matter. And so fortunately, I was able to take some time off and, you know, just kind of deal with my grief. I feel like I can talk about it a little bit more, but not a lot, because I did just get teary-eyed just now. But it's just a lot to have to deal with this at all, let alone publicly, was something that I never even thought about. Like, I never envisioned that this would happen to her, and this would be something that I would even have to think about, like, how do I feel, or how would I feel continuing on a platform if she's not here? Like, I mean, I never even thought about that, you know? So to have to navigate, and we're both in the exact same space on YouTube. So it's not like I do knitting videos and she did cooking videos, or I talk about fishing and she talked about golfing. Like, no, like, we're talking about the same thing, the same products. And we are so heavily associated. So like every time I upload a video, I'm getting hundreds of comments saying, oh my gosh, I miss Mel. Mel would have loved this. Oh, how's Mel's family doing? And I have no ill will against anybody who is just reaching out to check on me or check on her family. But just being completely transparent, it was overwhelming. I would just constantly cry and stuff like that. And so that's why I stepped back as well, because it's like I just couldn't handle that every day. Because like I said, she just wasn't a YouTube friend. She was like my sister. So I just could not take that. It's just never going to be the same, but you just have to decide how you want to navigate. And definitely you have to be mentally ready to deal with comments, because it's like I can't tell y'all to stop asking me, you know, because it's not even how I feel, but it's just I have to be ready to address that if I'm going to be present, because those questions are going to come up, those comments are going to come up. And every time they come up, if I'm crying and that makes me like really sad and it drags down my mood, then maybe I just need to take a step back. And that's what I did. And on top of that, my channel is just messed up. So it's just like, I just felt like I just lost. I don't feel like I lost it all, but I felt like I lost a lot. But anyways, I'll come back. We'll finish up the video. I actually am going to go film a segment for House of KBJ. And I don't want to end this video on a somber note, so hang tight. So I finished off my makeup, and I wanted to come back and finish off this video on a high note. And I just want to clarify, y'all, I still love doing makeup. I still love creating content, and I do not mind if you guys talk to me about Mel. But when it first happened, it just was a lot. So I just want to make sure that nobody's walking away from this video feeling like, oh, I can't leave a comment about. That's not how I feel at all. It just was very overwhelming in the beginning of the situation, and it was taking a toll on me mentally. But now I feel like I'm in a better place, and so I'm able to come back and be back in this space and be able to handle it a lot better. And on that note, I want you guys to come over to my new channel, because that is where I will be, at House of KBJ. And on that channel, I am still going to be posting beauty content. I am beauty content. Like, to think that I'm going to be posting content on the internet and to neglect beauty, no, that is not what I'm saying. Because I know in my other video, I talked about that I wanted to switch things up and give you guys more things in addition to beauty. But I still am going to have beauty. That is just the basis of who I am. Like, I love beauty. I was raised in beauty. I know so much about makeup. I still have so much more content that I want to give. So to say that I'm not going to do beauty would just be false, because I yearn to do beauty. I love beauty. I still get excited about new launches. I still get excited to learn new techniques and to try things and to perfect my skills. So I just cannot neglect that part of who I am. That's just me. I love it. So I still am going to be doing beauty content, no doubt. And I have told you guys so many times that I have so much backlog content that is not even funny. So I have about 75 videos at this point that I am going to post on my channel, my new channel at House of KBJ. Make sure you're there if you want to see those new videos. And it is one of my goals for 2023 to get rid of all that backlog content, because I do feel like it's weighing me down like a ton of bricks. Not because I don't feel like it's good content or I feel unmotivated to post. It's just, it's a lot trying to organize content when it has gotten that unorganized. Like, I have 12 to 13 SD cards, the little chips that we film on. I have like 12 or 13 of those just full of content. I film one part of a video over here, another part over there. Like, I don't wish that type of unorganization on anyone. And I had backlog content before, but it was like maybe like 20 videos. During the mess that has been these past few years, it just got really out of control. So it is my goal for this year, hopefully this quarter, I can just knock that out and I can just move forward with my life and not have that just there. Like, I just feel like it's there and I don't want to waste it, because I still think you guys will like those videos. So that is priority number one for my social media content. Mind you, I'm going to be talking about my goals for social media and personal goals over on my new channel at House of KBJ, so definitely go over there if you want to see that video. But I have to post that content because I worked really hard on it and I'm proud of it and I want to share it with you all. But in addition to that, I am going to be doing more videos that are not necessarily beauty related over there. I just have to figure out how, when, and what to post, because it's a lot. Social media is just not a linear journey, and it never was, but it especially is not now, because there's a lot of things that have been introduced to us. There's TikTok, which I have a TikTok. Make sure you go follow me on there. I'm going to be posting there. There are shorts. So not only on YouTube do we have long form content, but we have the short form content. So I'm going to have to do those. And then we have Instagram, which I've never prioritized my Instagram, and I'm so sorry. I do feel regretful that I did not diversify my time that I spent on my social media platforms, because I definitely put all of my eggs into the YouTube basket, because to me, YouTube is the queen bee of social media in my head, and then everything else are the worker bees. But that's not necessarily the case. And if you are a new content creator, my biggest piece of advice to you would be to be consistent on all of the things as much as you can. So don't just focus just on one platform, because if something happens to that platform, like something happens to my platform, then you're not able to necessarily move audiences to another platform that easily. So it's helpful if you already have multiple platforms that you can rely on if something happens to one, and I don't have that. So this is my biggest platform, my Instagram. Thank you all so much for those of you all who are there, but I have way less than half of what I have here on Instagram, and that's because I don't nurture my Instagram. So I'm going to start posting more frequently there. I also have a Pinterest, I have a Facebook, and a Twitter. Now, my biggest priorities are still going to be YouTube, Instagram, and now TikTok. And my secondary priorities are going to be Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest, and like to know it. So definitely follow me on all of the platforms if you care to support me on this journey, because baby. So follow me on all the platforms, please. I do appreciate it if you are interested in me. If you're not, and you're just wanting to know what I'm up to, and you just want to watch this video and be done, that's fine too, because I definitely just want people who want to be there to be there. If you enjoy me and you enjoy my content and you love being a part of the Kel Bell community, then I would greatly appreciate it if you followed me everywhere that I have links to follow me, because it makes a difference. But the reality of the situation is to be competitive in this market in terms of getting opportunities, being able to secure sponsorships, and just overall make this a career for myself truly, then you have to have the numbers to support what you're doing, because that shows companies and brands that you are a valuable asset to their business. and that just is the bottom line. So if you guys care to support me in that way and you want to see me grow, then I would appreciate your support and following me, because your follows, your likes, your comments definitely go a long way, more than you know. And the icing on the cake is when you guys shop through links, because that shows your financial support through me, showing my influence, which helps me grow, and I'm able to pour more back into my platforms and our community. So on House of KBJ, you can look forward to commentary videos as well as fashion videos, cooking videos. I want to travel more in 2023, so more vlog videos, more things about me personally, some girl chat videos. So I'll be setting up all of these things in the coming weeks, so definitely be there or be square, honey, because it's going down, it's going up. It's just everything. And like I said in my other video, I will still have this channel. This is still my channel. As scrambled as it is, as effed up as it is, this is still my channel. So I will still be here. I will still have this content here, but I'm not going to be posting regularly here. I will post a short or maybe something just to keep the channel active as needed. But as far as just being here on this channel, I'm not. But that doesn't mean you guys have to unsubscribe to this channel, because I mean, it's not going to hurt anything for me to still be able to have the numbers. And after I posted my last video, I mentioned that, and still I lost like maybe 1,000 subscribers. It's like, okay, cool, it's okay, it's okay. You do not have to have me in your subscriber count if you know that I'm not going to be actively uploading videos. But if you're not an OCD person and it doesn't bother you to be subscribed to people or channels that are not going to be necessarily active, then still stay subscribed over here, because I still am able to use this channel as an asset to negotiate for other brand deals, because it's still mine. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. But I love you guys. I really do. And this is a journey. It's not over, and it ain't going to be over until I am done, and I am not done yet. So your girl will be on at House of KBJ, and I got something to prove. Follow me there, follow me everywhere, and I will check you guys in my next video on at House of KBJ, on TikTok, on Instagram, on the internet somewhere, super, super soon. Smooches. Bye.